Me, my, mo. My God. You're going to have to deal with this voice. I don't sound good, do I? Oh, God. Anyway, we're rolling on. It's episode 6 of the Welcome to the Sky podcast. Let's go. Today, we're going to start with some viewer questions. This podcast started as Better Call Lou, which was supposed to be like a question and answer thing. And then I kind of changed it to the Welcome to the Sky podcast, brought back the Welcome to the Sky podcast branding, but I still do want to do every episode the question and answer. So if you've got questions, ask away. And I've had some questions that I want to start off talking about today. And then we're going to move into something which is going to be really fun, because as an airline pilot, I deal with passengers on board aircraft all the time. And we're going to look at some unruly ones from on some videos today, which I think could be pretty fun. So give you my perspective and we'll just have a laugh. Just have a laugh. If you were a horse, what colour would you be? Now, we only do the hard-hitting questions here on Ludic's Aviation. I'm not really concerning myself with the colour of a horse, more like, you know, comparing other endowments. But as far as colour is concerned, I'd probably be an Appaloosa. You ever seen an Appaloosa? Like, look at that. An Appaloosa, that's funny. You know, at first sight, you'd probably look at it and say, "Oh, that's disease." But no, it's just the colour. It's just the colour. It's nice colour. Nice, got some spots on it. Looks like spotted dick. That's a real dessert, don't. Lewis, how about the people meowing on frequency these days? My local radio station just did a news story about that. Pilots meowing and barking on air traffic control frequencies.
Meow. You guys, you need to be professional pilots.
I don't know if this is controversial or not, but I really don't see the big deal about it. I'm no saint. I've said stuff over the radio that I shouldn't really said before. Whether these regional pilots are going to get in trouble for doing that, I'm not really too sure. But what I would say about it, the thing that does concern me, the thing that does bother me about it, the pilots that are doing it think they're being funny. You're not. Acting like a cat. Other than being behind the radio where nobody can see your face and nobody knows who you are, when would you ever do that? Just go up to someone and go, meow. Unless you got some sort of kink, which, I mean, to be fair, a lot of pilots. It's not the captains that are doing it. I'm not having it that it's the captains that are doing it. It's the first officer meowing, looking at the captain. Did you see that? Yeah, I did. It's not funny. Where's my coffee? Pilots that are meowing on frequencies are the types of people that go to restaurants and try to accidentally pay with the pilot certificate. That's what they do. I've got plenty in my bank account. There you go. Oh, I seem to have passed you my pilot certificate. Yes, I'm a pilot. Yes. We don't care. Stop meowing on frequency. Simple as. How do you coach low-time pilots out of turbulence anxiety or loss of control anxiety? I've been having start or response when updrafts toss me around in my Piper Arrow, and it feels like my inputs do nothing. It feels like I'm going to crash, even though I'm below VA and above stall speeds. I've had experiences with turbulence that has not been very nice. I'm the type of pilot I'm a fair weather pilot. I like clear days, beautiful skies, low winds and all that. I'm a fair weather pilot. When I have to fly in bumpy weather and all that, I don't tend to like it. But if you're going to do this as a career, if you're going to be in aviation for a career, you're going to have to deal with it. And you know, you're going to have to deal with it in light aircraft as well, because they get bounced around all the time. So it's just a fact of what we do. Aircraft are designed to deal with turbulence, and you know, you mentioned quite rightly, you're below VA, you've got turbulence penetration speeds as well that you can adhere to. You've already been through the situation, you've come out of it fine, so it shows you to have that confidence in the plane, and that kind of moves me on to the loss of control anxiety. Trusting your training, trusting what you know about the plane, trusting that your control inputs are going to take you out of it. For example, when I've done spins on the channel before, I've got plenty of spin videos. I'll go up and I'll present a video like I'm all excited about the spins and teaching the students about spins and all that. Truth is, what you don't see is inside me the sheer panic, because I don't enjoy doing it. And when we're flying back to the airport to end the day, it's like the biggest relief. You know, I don't like it, but I trust in my training, I trust in the aircraft, and I trust in the inputs that I'm putting in, and it gets me out of it. And I'm still here to make this little podcast sounding like I could do a voiceover for a movie.
In a time where cats become pilots.
Lou, you always make me smile. Appreciate it, mate. That's what I'm here to do. If I can make one person smile with my video, that's job done. What is different this time around flying for the airlines compared to your first time? You quit because you hated it. It's a good question, David. It's a good question. So those that don't know, I'm at my second airline now. I was at a small, very small regional airline. I quit there after I upgraded. There were many, many different reasons for that. But I think one of the main reasons, and if I'm being brutally honest with you, brutally honest with myself, is maturity. And I'm looking at it through different eyes. I'm not taking it for granted, per se, because before, when I was at that regional, you know, there was a lot of stuff that I went into the airline not knowing. You know, when I first got the job, you know, and I saw how difficult things can be at a very small regional. It's not the glamorous lifestyle that you think it is. You know, you spend so long going through training and doing your certificates and building hours to get to the point where you can go to an airline. Then you finally get the job and you get in there and you kind of see that it's not exactly what you thought it was going to be. It's eye-opening. It's eye-opening, and I had the opportunity while I was at that airline to make YouTube and instructing my full-time thing. So I left, and I was able to make YouTube and instructing my full-time thing. You know, getting all these sponsors and stuff like that. And things were going well. But then, you know, that is not an infinite thing. That's not going to be that way forever. It's a very volatile business to be in. At that point, you got to look at things and be like, okay, what do you want to do with your life? And honestly, like, the itch for the airlines for me never went away. As much as I was trying to suppress it because I didn't enjoy that first experience because of all the different reasons and maturity, it never went away. I'm not taking it for granted anymore, and I'm looking at it in more a mature way. You know, it's my career. It's my career. You know, I wanted something else to be my career, and unfortunately I wasn't able to make it happen. So you switch gears, you move in, and you put everything into what you're doing now, and then we move on. All right, that's the questions done. Thank you for the questions. If you've got any questions for the next episode, ask them in the comments on this episode, and I'll get them out in the next episode. Let's have a look at some unruly passengers. As an airline pilot, the one thing that I love, along with flying the plane and doing all the stuff that, you know, it's cool. I fly an A220, which is amazing, brilliant plane. But I love interacting with passengers. I love doing PA announcements whenever I can. Like at my airline, they like to stand up in front of the passengers and be there and talk to the passengers. I love that because I try and make it into a little comedy show. I try my best to make people laugh. I try and sometimes I fall flat on my face because, you know, you need the energy. But a lot of the times the energy's there. You know, if you're ever on one of my flights and I get up, just be prepared for me to try and make you laugh. If you laugh or not, that's on you. It's not like I'm getting up there and just meowing over the PA. Like, that's, you know. But anyway, but sometimes I'll be watching videos and I'll come across some passengers that are just being unruly. And, well, whatever, we'll get into it. Let's have a look. I mean, straight off the bat, just so annoyed at how uncomfortable the chair is. A lot of planes have really uncomfortable seats, but I mean, what is this achieving? Look at this guy just sat here like, what do we do? If he thinks that is going to ground the airplane when they get down, just MEL it, let's go, get him on. I don't exactly know what happened to him after that, but I mean, that's a no-fly list. What goes through people's heads? I understand, like, the craziness of airports and air travel. Like, as a pilot, I love flying. I hate traveling on airlines. It's so difficult to get from your house to the airport, through security, to the gate, waiting there, this, that, the other, and then everybody getting on board, and then, you know. So I understand frustrations, but how are you getting so frustrated and so annoyed to the point where you are literally physically damaging aircraft? I don't know what goes through people's heads on that one. The old reclining debate. Oh my god. He's not having it. Where's the flight attendant? Because this is kids in a playground. Two grown adult men. One playing chess on his screen, so he's got some sort of intellect. Flight attendant swoops in. Oh, fair play, fair play, fair play. And then he puts it back. It's like, yeah, recline. Flight attendant's telling him that every seat on the plane reclines, so if he's reclining, why don't you recline? Give you a little bit of extra room. So I am well of the opinion, I'm with headset guy, I'm with the guy that's reclining. Everybody's got the right to recline. If the seats recline. You know what I mean? You can't just push someone's seat and you just deal with it, man. Fair play to flight attendant, though. That's the thing. Flight attendants. People don't realize how difficult a flight attendant's job is. You know, a flight attendant's job is not just to be there to serve you drinks and help you find your seat. Flight attendants do a heck of a lot more. Flight attendants, if you think about it, pilots, we're locked up at the front flying the plane doing the cool stuff. The flight attendants have to be back there, and anything that happens in the cabin is their responsibility. They have to deal with anything in the cabin. If there's a fire in the cabin, if there's unruly passengers in the cabin, if people are fighting, you know, that is all on them. They deal with a heck of a lot of stuff. If somebody's trying to breach the cockpit, they've got to deal with that, you know, because we aren't opening it. It's staying locked. So they have to deal with the brunt of that. So flight attendants, thank you for what you do. Incredible. But having to deal with like little immature stuff like this because somebody doesn't like it when someone reclines, pushing the chair like a child, which honestly reminds me of a little story. So I was on a flight recently. It's 3 and 3 seats. I'm on the aisle seat on the end, and there's somebody in the window seat. And as you're watching people board, you're looking at it and saying, please don't sit next to me. Please don't. Keep walking. Yeah, good. We're safe for now. And then another wave of people comes on, and, you know, there's people that are quite portly that come down, and it's like, please, definitely don't sit next to me. Please don't. No. Have a good flight. Yes. We all do it. Don't pretend you don't. And it ended up that nobody sat next to me. So I'm trying to get the attention of the person in the window seat, and I'm trying to, you know, congratulate him. Yes, well done. Great job. We got nobody sat next to us. We can both put one leg in the middle and both be happy. She wasn't having it though. She was reading a book. Boarding door closes. I'm safe. Nobody sat next to me. As the boarding door closes, as if by clockwork, I get a tap on the shoulder. I look back. It's the guy in the seat behind me. Eye to eye. From behind the seat, he pulls out his child like a rag doll, shakes it in my face and goes, I'm going to do my best. What he was meaning was he was going to try his best. He gave me his word, his sacred word, that he was going to try his best to keep that child quiet and keep the child from not kicking my seat. Now, do you think that child for 3 hours did not kick my seat once? Or do you think for the whole 3 hours I was getting kicked in the back? I felt every single toe. And look, I'm not angry with the child. It's not the child's fault. The child's going to do what children do. My attention goes to the father, because the father has basically lied to me. He's raising that child in a household that promotes lying. Unreal. Fact of the matter is, you're going to find people that are annoying on a plane. It's going to happen. You can't react like that, though. You can't react. What else we got going on?
So, we're not going to do that. So here's your two options. You can take the head off, like the flight attendant told you to do, which I had told him to tell you, or you'll be off the flight.
Okay, can you
tell me now which one it is.
All right, relax, sir. You just got here. Can I respond?
Telling the captain on his own airplane to relax. This is not going to end well for you.
Can you tell me where that's posted? How would I have known that?
I'm the captain of the airplane. That's where it's posted.
Oh, mic drop. Drop the hat.
And Delta has guidelines, and I don't have to explain to you. You can take it off, or you can leave the airplane. It is inappropriate. I'm not going to take vulgar language on the flight.
Okay.
Verbal or written.
And it's simple as that.
You understand? Do you understand the two options?
Yeah, I heard you, sir.
No. Do you understand it?
I said I heard you.
And that's the captain that you're speaking to. And you're speaking to the captain so disrespectfully, the guy that is literally responsible for everything that goes on board that airplane. Responsible for the safety of that flight, and you're going to treat the guy like that. Unfortunately, if you've put yourself in a position where you're being spoken to by the captain, you've done majorly wrong. No matter how much you've paid for the ticket, you can't act up. You can't. It's not your house. You're in the captain's house. It's the captain's ship. And that's the thing that I see in these videos, people just answering back and just treating it as if they have, you know, a God-given right to be on that plane. You've bought a ticket, fine. That seat's yours, as long as you act correctly. Fair play to the captain for coming out and doing that, because that's an awkward position to be in. I've never had a situation like this. The worst I've had is after a really long delay, a passenger was annoyed getting off the plane. He wanted to vent to somebody, and I was there, and I let him vent to me and kind of, you know, talked him down and explained the situation. Like, I feel like if you're a passenger and you don't really understand what's going on, you don't understand, you're getting told all sorts of different things, you just want to understand the reason behind things. And I think pilots can go a long way to helping. So that's what I explained to him why we were so delayed and all of that. And the safety reasons behind we made decisions that we did, it goes a long way to helping people, making them feel better and kind of calming them down for the most part.
Free speech is dead. Excuse me, didn't do anything. You don't like the words coming out of my mouth.
You're definitely coming off.
No, we're not coming off.
Oh my God. A crew member has said that you're coming off. And then she goes, no, we're not coming off. That's not your decision.
Then you're going to have to take everyone off. Do you guys see what's happening in America? You didn't like what he said, and now we're getting kicked off a plane. And all of you all are going to have to wait. This is outrageous. You guys, we're turning to China.
What she said there was that she said something. She's upset that somebody said something, her husband or she said it, whatever. That they said something. They use words and they're getting kicked off a plane. Regardless of what you think about that, whether you think words are violence and all that, it doesn't really matter. Because when you're in the aviation world, you've got different levels of threat. And threat level 1 is verbally abusive behavior or verbal harassing or whatever. Irrational behavior, non-violent threats. It's a level 1. You're a level 1 threat. And if the crew members feel threatened that you are going to be a threat to the flight, you know, that things could escalate, whatever, you're not going to go on the flight, unfortunately. Again, you just got to act right. I don't know what goes through people's brains when they get to airports and on airplanes, they just start thinking that they can do this sort of stuff. I don't understand it. I don't get it, what it is about airports and planes that makes that happen. But yeah, she was a level 1 threat. She was verbally abusive or said something that they didn't like or whatever. In a matter of interest, let's go through the other threat levels. Threat level 2, physically abusive behavior. Level 3, life-threatening behavior. If you're wielding a weapon, anything that can be used as a weapon, you're a level 3. Level 4, the highest level of threat. Attempted breach of the flight deck. Lock the flight deck down at all costs. Don't let anybody in the flight deck. But if you meet any of those, you're off. You're off. That's end of. Game over.
He has called me names and insulted me just for sitting down in the seat saying that I came here to celebrate today.
Is there going to be a problem? There will be. I would like for him to change seats with someone. No, I'm going to get somebody. Well, you don't have that right. So I will get somebody to come and talk.
So she's verbally abused the passenger next to her for a different political belief.
You have the moral high ground, but you put that man's finger on the nuclear button. That man doesn't believe in climate change. Do you believe in gravity? Did you know gravity is just a theory?
I'm sorry as well. Look how nice this guy's being with her. He's telling her, you're going to have to come with me, unfortunately. We've got to take you off. Husband next to her is absolutely mortified. But honestly, it looks like she does this quite a lot. Marion's doing it again. He doesn't want to be there. Look at him. Oh, no. No. The guy's being so nice. So he's like, you're going to have to come with me. No. I paid for this seat, I'm sitting in it. Well, you shouldn't have been the way that you were being. You know what I mean? We had to be. And now we have to get home. Look at the husband. The husband's just sat there clutching his chest. Like, oh, Marion, we've been trying to get home for 5 weeks. You just keep fighting with people. Can you just stop? That is the vision of a man that is regretting some decisions in life. Red hair Karen has a meltdown.
Excuse me.
Oh, the deboarding. Oh, she's annoyed she's annoyed that they're taking so long to get off. All right, so the slowest thing we do as human beings is deboard planes. It takes so long for people to get off.
Let me off this plane.
Ma'am, we all want off this plane, okay? Calm down.
I have
The guy in front saying, calm down. I mean, fair play, you know, fair play for saying something. You can't just push past people, you know what I mean? But even for the flight attendants, even when they think the flight's over, think they're safe, everybody's getting off there, it's been a good flight. Nope. Gotta come in and step in.
They haven't opened the door yet. You keep going for it. Everybody has to get off first. Please calm down.
Especially if you've got a tight connection. She might have a tight connection. The most frustrating thing is when people just take in forever. There we go. There's a nice little look at some passenger freakouts. Moral of the story is just be good people. Behave yourself on airlines. You buy expensive tickets. You don't want to lose the chance to sit in that expensive seat that you purchased. Be good to airline staff. And if the pilots tell you that you're getting off the plane, be better next time. Anyway, that's the episode done. Episode 6 in the books. Thank you for bearing with my voice. Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed it, let me know. Let me know what questions you've got for the next episode. And I will see you soon. See you.